I want to ask this question because I heard them say that the Lakers petitioned for Luka to still be able to get the awards, even though he's not going to be able to get 65 games put in for the year because he's at 64 games and he's out for the last 5 games of the year.
Good.
And so I want to ask you, should the NBA make exceptions for the 65 game rule? And just for context, they were using stuff like he had a kid being born, so he had to miss 2 games because of that. So can we please excuse those games? XYZ. So do you think it's a good idea? And before y'all go, I'm gonna say my opinion.
Please do.
Um, Absolutely, no, they should not have no exceptions for this because Luca, for example, was crying to the refs and got suspended because he had 18 or 19 technical fouls this year. So if he wasn't crying, he would have had 65 games already because he wouldn't have had the technical foul loss. So, and I don't agree with like the NBA never does anything to protect the league and actually make it better. So the 65 game rule, it actually does add incentive and value to these dudes playing and actually being there to play at least 65 games because worst case if you was being lazy and sitting out back to backs and all that before, now you have a reason to be like, damn, I know I'm all NBA if I play X amount of games. I gotta get be all NBA because that and your contract is involved. You can get X amount of dollars if you make an all NBA team, whatever the fuck based upon their contracts. So I like the rule. And so I don't want them to give any exceptions. Luca did not play 65 games, so you should not get any awards. That's the rule. Why make the rule if you're just gonna bend that shit whenever it's convenient for certain players? Because there's gonna be a lot of people that should have made something and didn't make it, and another niggas getting in, just like all stars. There's people that made all star games like Andrew Bynum, D'Angelo Russell. I can name a bunch of people off the top of my head that was a reserve all star. I think Jeff Teague might have got put into one. Dudes that can hang their head on. I made an all star team back in whatever the year is, and they really just some nigga got hurt and they had to reserve and find somebody, and then they pulled bro in. So they shouldn't do that for the 65 game rule, bro. Put in somebody else who played 65 games and had just as good of a year. But go ahead, how y'all feel? Man, long winded.
No, I agree with you because once you bend the rules once, you're going to find yourself in a vicious cycle where you're going to have to continue to do that shit all the time. And then it's going to negate you even putting the rule in place in the first place. Now, it'd have been different if Luca killed for 64 games and then unfortunately you have the injury. Nobody wants to see that. But like you said, like on some police investigation type shit, like when you go back and you look at through the course of the season where Luca is at fault for games that he missed that he could have prevented with just a better attitude or better behavior, then it's like, nah, like we're not finna cut you no slack, bro. Like the 65 game rule should incentivize players to get away from load management, get away from skipping out on back to backs. Like, because the 65 game rule is going to force niggas to hoop. It's going to force niggas to condition better, to eat better, to you know what I'm saying, do like Kobe, you know what I'm saying, skip out on going to the parties, the bars, the clubs. Like you really gotta lock in. If you are a nigga who is that valuable to your organization, and like if you can get your 65 games and have a season that makes a great case for you being in the top three and being in that conversation, then you gotta lock the fuck in, bro. Unfortunately, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Certain things in life you can't stop from happening. You know what I'm saying? You maybe you are building a family, you got a baby coming, or whatever the case, or you fuck around and get an injury. It sucks to see, but if you're going to make the rule, then you got to stand on that shit and be solid with that 65 and be like, look, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like
Six, the,
perfect
the
attendance.
65 is the 65.
Like perfect attendance, my nigga. You wasn't here for like 3 days this year, bro. How they gonna just let you be perfect attendance? Oh, but my uncle, great uncle passed away. You wasn't here, my nigga. Like you don't get perfect attendance. But how you feel, Mace?
No, absolutely not. Not only should they not make a rule for it, they should fine them for wasting their time by petitioning to even let that happen. I think it's stupid. Like, man, not only do I love the 65 game rule, I would find a way if I can push back in the next CBA to where if you're out because you're not injured, it counts against your paycheck because it's irritating as hell. Because now they can go, okay, well, how many games I played? 51. I can't miss this one. I got to play 21 minutes in this game. You start doing stuff like that. When we started hearing stupid stuff like James Harden missed the game, why? Personal reasons. The fuck is personal reasons? What is that? LeBron James missed a game because he was executive producing an album all night. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, what I mean, like, if you told these dudes, are you injured? Yes. Is there a physical ailment that prevents you from running from here to here and playing basketball effectively? Yes, there is. That's just what it is. But to be like, oh, they're taking the night off because of, you know what I'm saying, road fatigue. The fuck are you talking about? Like, that kind of stuff is irritating. And I feel like they should be able to negotiate that crap in contracts. Because even though the 65 games does take away the award, eventually this generation of basketball players is so spoiled. That's what they say now. Oh, it's not all about championships, man. It's not. Of course it's not, because you don't care no more about that. All you guys care about is money, and most of you want to be models or rappers or whatever y'all want to be on the front. Y'all want to be, most of y'all just want to be celebrities. Y'all don't want to be basketball players. This is what it is. Here goes. Who's that? You love what basketball can do for you, not what you can do for basketball. They are not interested in leaving the game in a better way than they left it. And that's the problem. And we're talking about this whole generation. We can call it this. It's a few dudes who still hold it in regard. But most of these Jews now are just like, however the game is left, it's left. I don't give a fuck. I did my thing. Like, and that's the problem with this situation. So not only should they not, no, you should not. Like Meek said, you are missing games not for legitimate reasons. Like you said, you don't want to play a back-to-back, so I'm going to miss the game. Oh, man, I was up all night. Or, you know what I'm saying? Oh, James Harden's out tonight with the sniffles. Like, nigga, what you talking about? Like, I don't want to hear it, bro. And I'm not even going to be one of them old head dudes. Jordan played through this and Kobe played through that. I don't got to use that. But there's no way. Like you said, you will watch your favorite players. You will go watch them play, and they'll sit on the sidelines in street clothes, eating popcorn, laughing and joking. When the other team, when they score, get on the court and start dancing with them and stuff. It's like, then get your ass on the court, bro. Like, what are you doing? You ain't right. Hurt. And that's the issue, and they don't understand that. So until they figure that, no, start killing the award. And y'all want to start talking about, oh, put asterisks because they're not the real MVP. Well, they are, because the real MVP decided he wanted to get suspended, or he wanted to take the night off because he was tired, or he played yesterday and he don't play today. No, kill that. Kill all that. I ain't interested in it. You crying now because it's finally affecting you, and it did before. So you caused this issue. The players caused the issue by playing bullshit games, and now you got to live with it. Don't petition nothing. Look at yourselves in the mirror. It's your fault.
Real shit. All right, let's slide to the next topic.